Hey guys, it's Russell here, and on today's video I'm going to do a video that's probably been the most requested video to date, and that is how to make the submachine gun style foam handle. Ever since I've been using this, I've gotten so many requests about how to do this, what the part numbers are, how do we make this, and I'm going to show you that today. I'm going to show you step by step. And what I did was I went to Amazon and sourced every single part that you're going to need. In the description box is going to be every single part number and the link to that, so that if you want to build the submachine gun style foamer, you may do so with those parts. Now before I show you how to do that, the foamer or the handle that I use is slightly different than the one that I'm going to show you. This one is a Stentner ST2000. All right, this is a very expensive handle, and the reason that I don't have this in the video is because I don't think most people are going to want to pay like $90 just for the handle itself. What I'm going to show you, the handle that I have sourced for you guys, is far less expensive, but the quality is pretty much the same as this one. This is a professional heavy-duty handle designed to be used for years and years every single day. And the other one that I'm going to show you is going to last just the same length as this one. It's completely rebuildable, just like this one. It has all brass internals, just like this one. It's just not as expensive. Now, one of the common questions that people ask are, what kind of pressure washer can I use it on? Generally speaking, what I'm going to show you and what we're going to build today, you can use on pretty much any gas pressure washer. The key thing that you have to remember, okay, whether you're using gas or electric, is the connector where the hose, your hose from your pressure washer, how it connects to here. If you have a Karcher, for instance, a Karcher uses a different kind of connector. If you go on eBay, or I'm sorry, Amazon, you'll see that some of the like MTM foam cannons will have a Karcher attachment. You need to look and see on your hose what kind of connector it uses. But generally speaking, what I'm going to build is what's normal pressure washer hose fittings. And I'm going to show you what they look like, and I'm going to show you the difference. I don't have any electric pressure washers here or Karcher or anything like that, but I'm going to show you what normal pressure washer fittings look like. And if you have something that's different, all you need to do is match up whatever your hose end uses to where it's going to attach to the handle itself. This part right here on the end where you would put your varying degree of angle of spray nozzle, this is pretty much going to be the same. The only difference would be the threads here. If you get a cheap handle, one that I don't have listed there in Amazon, then this may very well be different, and the whole thing may be different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the parts. We're going to build it together. I'm going to show you exactly what to do, exactly how to put it together, so you can have something that functions identical to this, is a good heavy-duty handle, and one that you can use for years and years. So I'm going to get the camera set up inside. It's windy outside, it's sprinkling, so that's no good. So I'm going to do it inside and show you guys exactly what parts to use, how to put it together. It's really not hard. I think you're going to really like this. Okay, so this is the handle I showed you before, the one you always see in the videos, and this is the one I'm recommending that you guys get. This is a Fournet. I'm going to have the part number to this in the description box below, but the reason that I like this is because it's compact and the internals inside here are rebuildable. It also has a lockout right here so that you can lock it out in case you don't want the handle activated. I never use this, but that's what that is. Now, this is a typical pressure washer setup, being that this thread right here is a 3/8 inch NPT, and this thread here is a 1/4 inch NPT. These are standard size threads that come on any decent handle setup, whether it's the small handle setup or the what I call the rifle style, which is what you see most people pressure washing houses with, and concrete and things like that. The reason that I don't use the rifle style on automobiles is because, number one, when you get the foam cannon filled with water solution way out on the end of a 4-foot pressure washer handle, it becomes a balance issue, and it's just much easier to have it compact where it's only about this long than to have it to where it's over 4 feet long. It's just much easier to handle. I like using these for automotive purposes. All right, so what I'm going to do first is we're going to look at the end here, the business end I call it, and this takes a 1/4 inch NPT thread. That's what's in here, and this is the standard pressure washer quick connect. All right, this will fit any standard pressure washer quick connect. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to just go ahead and put that on like that, because this joint is going to leak. So what you want to use is, there's some excellent tape called the Blue Monster PTFE thermal tape. All right, this is very good, and I'm going to show you how to properly apply this. Now, some people put this on backwards, and by backwards I'm saying that when you screw this into the thread, if you've wrapped the tape around the other way, it can actually peel it off. So the best way to do that is to just take a piece of the tape, just get it out like this, and this is much better than the regular cheesy white stuff that you can get at the parts store. Just hold the fitting like this and just wind it just like you would be screwing it into the pressure washer, and then just pull it like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to just take this and screw this in just like that. All right, now this is going to take a 13/16, and I'm just going to tighten it. I'm not going to put it on, I'm just going to get it snug. It doesn't have to be gorilla tight, it just has to be snug. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay, we've got our quick connect fitting, and I'm going to also put this in the description box. It's a assortment of some of the most commonly used fittings, and the one that I always use in every single video is the white one. Okay, now these come as different pressures and gallons per minute, so you need to know which pressure your pressure washer is putting out, how much pressure and how many gallons per minute. But this basically just pops on just like that. Okay, so that part's done. Now for this side, this is a 3/8 inch male pressure washer fitting, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it in there just like that, but we need to put our tape, so we'll take our tape and just wind it on the threads like this. And I generally go 1 to 1.5 times around. That's all you need. Okay, so now it's on there, and I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Okay, and this takes an 11/16. So we're going to do the same thing, snug it up. can use that end. I actually prefer to use the box end to prevent stripping. Okay, so now you have that end on there, and now you've got your setup. Okay, so let me show you the difference between what I just told you to build and mine. I have a stainless steel swivel. Okay, this stainless steel swivel alone is about $60. It is not necessary to have a stainless steel swivel on here. Depending on what kind of hose you have, I have a swivel on this end, on the handle end, and I have one on the hose where it goes into the pressure washer. So if you ever, somebody actually commented the other day how my hose never gets kinked, and part of the reason is because I have swivels at both ends. It's not necessary. Not necessary at all. But I'm going to go ahead and put the description in the description box for Amazon. If you're going to use a swivel, then you would not use this part right here. What I used is, let me see if the camera can pick this up. This entire assembly right here takes the place of the fitting here. Okay. All right, now we need to talk about hoses, because right now either of these will fit on my hose that I currently have with no problem whatsoever. In fact, let me bring the hose in here so you can see how it fits together. All right, so first of all, the hose that I use is made by Continental, and it's called a Neptune. It's a very expensive hose. It's a rubberized hose. That's why it's so flexible. It also is durable, I believe, to 4,500 psi. Okay, and this is also made in USA hose. All right, so I have two ends to the hose. This end right here also has a swivel. This is the end that goes into the pressure washer. This end right here is the end that hooks to our spray heads. Okay, so as you see, even without the fancy swivel, you have swivel capability. And then on mine, okay, it's basically the same thing. All right, so really, technically, I only need the swivel on the side that's on the pressure washer, but I went ahead and put that on here. But as you can see, this is a standard pressure washer, 1/4 inch quick connect, which is the mate to this. I keep saying they're standard, but it's an industry standard. Okay, works just like that. Most of you are going to have what I call the fiber or the cloth covered hoses, which are not going to be as flexible as this. But you just need to make sure to look before you build this. Make sure and look that you have a standard pressure washer fitting. If you don't, you have a couple of options. One is to replace the hose with a hose like this. The second thing is to replace the end, the fitting on the end. This right here, this thread is the same as this thread in here. It's a 3/8 inch new pipe thread. They're all, again, standardized for pressure washers. So that's pretty much a rundown of how to make, and this is a very simple project, how to make this. I want everybody that wants to get one of these to be able to make one, because it makes foaming so much easier. It makes spraying off the car easier. It's just so much easier to handle this than it is the long standard pressure washer rifle fitting. So I'm going to put the link to everything that I used here to build this, again, in the description box. Also, I'm using a different mic. I've still got the wireless mic, but hopefully the hiss or that static that you guys have heard in some of the last videos will be gone. Let me know how you like the audio quality. Let me know how you like the video quality. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video.